Thanks for tuning in. Got Randy Marcotte here at Perfect Video Conferencing. I'm one of the founders and CEO. It's exciting to give some opinions. I know oftentimes if you give it for free, people don't need to buy it, but I give you these opinions mostly because of customer request and manufacturer partnerships. There are some cameras that help enhance the video conferencing environment, and the blog series that I've been posting has been a bit about how to get the technology right, how to build a conference room and not get fired, or how to look at the cloud options and not get confused, or because there's many cloudy cloud options, as it were. The Panacast camera is one that I'm going to talk to you about in a moment. I'm currently on the Logitech camera, kind of a workhorse of a lot of video conferencing rooms, and it's great. You'll see a recording on the Brio if you want the 4K camera. I'm going to jump into a Panacast review, and it's in Panacast defense. This is the Panacast2, and they have a Panacast3. Essentially, the foundation of the technology is the same, and the core of what they do is pretty damn strong. So I'm going to review the Panacast2, which you're seeing kind of a video or an image of it on screen. I just did the software upgrade, so it's running the latest, and I'll show some of the way it stitches. So it's got these 3 cameras that will do similar to the Meeting Owl and some of the Poly and other cameras out there, film strip, and then zone into the people who are reviewing. This is video 1 on the Panacast2. We're going to do one later this week on the in the lab table. You'll see 2 people talking. So me, a tech, or me, the nerd, and a tech doing some back and forth on this. There are some advantages of what Panacast can do over some of the other 4K cameras, and the whiteboard identification and zoom into automatically is pretty slick. So I'm just going to move over to the Panacast 3 so you see what you should be buying. You certainly can find the 2s in market, but why not go with what's latest, greatest, and improved? So there was such good feedback on the Panacast 2 that obviously the stitching improves over time, and hence the Panacast 3. So here's a kind of a good depiction of what you get in a huddle room. And as someone speaks, the camera will then zone in a little tighter to that person. And again, I'm going to demonstrate that at the desk. The question becomes oftentimes camera and microphone, and do you want to use both? The answer has been pretty consistent across a lot of these conference rooms, and this is a good example. Glass box, whiteboard, windows. The microphone will work well within a certain range, but you don't want to try to extend that too far. And the moment you've got an acoustically challenged room, you probably want to separate the camera event from the microphone event. If you don't know us well, check us our website. We do pride ourselves on our core values, partnership with the manufacturers and our clients, innovation on the technology, and obviously getting you some value in the stuff that we sell and support. I'm using Zoom as the recording platform today. Lots of others out there that do this. Choosing this one just because I can toggle the cameras pretty actively and have you see the in-meeting controls. So wanting to demo a little bit about what it does. So here's a home office setup, Logitech fixed field of view, really great optics. I'm going to move over to the Panacast, get the software, go to the settings. Again, every platform's different. You'll find yours. And I'm just going to go ahead and toggle to different cameras. So then the Panacast sees I've got a built-in camera over there. So here's kind of a view of a built-in camera on the workstation. Again, not getting the kind of light white balance fix it. Obviously a bad angle. Better if I tilt my head over there. But then now I'm going to go over to the Panacast. You'll see a couple of things immediately. It's going to frame the room, and then I'm going to speak. And as I do continue to speak and move, it'll actually find me. I'm going to show the stitch zones in this. You can see that there's a space that changes. And obviously these 3 cameras are going to work to find the best angle and an adjust for me. See if it's not going to do it immediately. I think this is one of the reasons why they ended up with the Panacast 3 over the 2, is that hit and miss results on whether or not it zones in for me at a personal desk. The lighting and sound and a number of things seem to impact that. I'm going to move over to the Panacast audio so you can hear that as well. Microphone. Right, so now I'm using the microphone on Panacast to see if you can notice a difference. Most people do. And then it did obviously frame the video now that the microphone is active on the screen. So again, I want to go back to the actual Panacast thing. You're seeing the stitch zones a little bit there and here, but it has framed me up nicely. I can mess with it a little bit, try to confuse it. There we go. But it does do a nice job as people move around the room and are talking. The microphones will pick up the folks. You're looking for that sort of 4 to 5 second move. I probably confused it because it's deciding its zones and then I'm moving around. But you do obviously set these things up stable. There it is. You do set these up in a stable environment in your rooms, leave them alone, and ask the users not to do this annoying thing that I'm doing, because now the software is sort of deciding where to place it, what to do with it, and I'm not letting it behave. But it's an easy way to trigger those stitching zones so you can see, there you go, how it should behave. So great for huddle rooms. Not so great when you get a room that's 8 to 10 people and there's lots of movement, because then the far end user experience can get a little herky-jerky. Amazing when you start thinking about the whiteboard technology in the background, that it'll actually find and zone and frame a dry erase board for you. So then you can bring your digital content into these video conference calls. And then not bad for a home office solution, so particularly if you want to show pictures of nephews and family and kids artwork. It shows colors really well and does a great job with lighting, as you can see in the background. So under $1,000 for a great camera and mediocre microphone. It's good for an acoustically well sounding room. Not great for an echo chamber. Most microphones will suffer in that space, which is why we typically will separate out the microphone and camera event. Now I'm just going to go back to the Sennheiser microphone just so you can have one last experience of before and after audio. So over to the audio, go back over to, here's the Logitech camera as a baseline. 5 count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back over to Panacast, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice that the image shifts. And then more exciting, I'm going to go over to my headset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hope you enjoy these. If there's other cameras out there and you have one that you want me to review, ship it. If you're a customer that wants to buy one, let me know. We're glad to play. We have looked at the 4 or 5 4K cameras that we sell on a very regular basis, but there's more coming to market, so stay tuned for others as we go. And then again, part 2 on this is in the more natural environment for a Panacast camera to be placed with a whiteboard. Enjoy that one too.